Say hi, Kurt. Welcome to This Month in Gaming. It is March 2025. Let's get into it. First up to bat, we have MLB The Show 25 by San Diego Studios. If there's anything more boring than watching baseball on TV, it's emulating baseball on TV. Oh, calm down, there's no need to charge the mound. Personally, I love going to baseball games. Grabbing some friends and hitting up a game on a cool evening, preferably a weekday so there's less of a crowd, strategically picking out seats where the sun won't mess with you, some beers and a bag of peanuts, hell yeah man, I'm for it. But when was the last time you actually sat down at home, alone, so not with friends, not at a bar, and watched an entire baseball game on TV? Or on whatever dumbass streaming service they're forcing you to use this year only so they can black out your games anyways? And how about before the pitch timer changes in 23? Yeah, probably hard to remember, right? Because watching baseball on TV is like watching fucking paint dry. Might as well be soccer. Speaking of, do these MLB games have the same bizarre cult-like following the FIFA games have, which is why they keep getting made? You know, the FIFA weirdos who buy what is effectively the same soccer game every damn year where the biggest upgrade is the number on the title screen? I'm sorry, I guess nowadays I should have said EA Sports FC weirdos, huh? Seriously though, fuck EA and fuck FIFA. Absolute cancers on society, the both of them. Anyways, who are these types of video games for? Maybe I'm missing something, but I've never seen the value in them. You want to play baseball? Just fucking go outside and play baseball. There are public parks everywhere, and most of them have a ball diamond. Don't have a park nearby? Use your backyard. Don't have enough people? Grab your ball and mitt and have a catch with good old dad. Don't have a dad? Whatever other parent is available then. Or sibling, or spouse, or friend, or neighbor. Don't have any of those? Play fetch with your dog. Don't have a dog? Bounce your baseball against a wall. Any wall. Be like Steve McQueen in The Great Escape inside a German prison cell. And if you don't have a German prison cell, contact your local dominatrix. They all have one. Might cut you a good deal too, since what you're doing isn't sexual. Unless you somehow make it sexual, but that's on you. Wait, what the hell was I talking about? Oh yeah, MLB The Show 25. If that's your thing, it's available now on PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo. But it's not out on PC. I gotta hand it to them, they know their audience. No one ever is going on the PCMR subreddit like, hey guys, check out my new high-end gaming rig. It's got a Ryzen 9950X3D CPU, 9070 XT GPU, 45-inch 4K 240Hz HDR monitor. I'm gonna play so much fucking baseball on this. It's gonna be sick. I don't know why I made him sound kind of cool. Whatever. Next up, we have a quick update on Hollow Knight Silksong by Team Cherry. A few changes to the game's metadata on Steam was made on March 24th. While it's not uncommon for developers of unreleased games to routinely update their store page and metadata as things progress, a very important change was made this time around in the form of Silksong now listed as copyright Team Cherry 2025, not 2019. 2019, of course, being the original expected release date. Due to the timing of this particular change, along with a small flurry of other clues reaching back a couple months to January, everyone is speculating there's going to be some sort of Silksong-related announcement during the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct on April 2nd. For more information, check out my January episode of TMIG, where I talk about this long-awaited and top wish-listed game in a little more detail. All I hope is, when it's finally released, they explain everything they've been working on the past 6 years, because holy shit. That's such a long time to wait to release a game that was already done, or at least extremely close to being done. Either way, if Silksong ends up being anything like Hollow Knight, I'll probably buy it on every platform I own, and you won't see my dumbass for a while. Let's just rip this band-aid off and get it over with. Of course, I'm referring to Destiny's Heresy Act 2 by Bungie. I'm gonna be a bit of a spoiler owl here, so heads up.
I hate you, spoiler owl!
Pretty much everything I said regarding Aerys's death in Act 1 during the February TMIG was correct. TLDR, she's not dead, just chilling in her throne world. And the Echo of Navigation is a fragment of the Taken King Oryx's memory. In this act, Aerys reaches out and has us reassemble Oryx's sword, the Willbreaker, to use as a means of gaining access to her throne world. The gathering of the sword's fragments culminates in a bittersweet reunion between Aerys and the Drifter. Elsewhere, Commander Sloane continuously expresses skepticism about Aerys's methods while also cautioning us to control and learn to refine our own Taken powers. After completely reforging the Willbreaker, we eventually use it against the Echo of Navigation as a means of imprisoning it. With the Echo captured, Aerys begins her ritual to bind it within her realm, while we assist Sloane with preparing to defend against potential retaliations from Oryx's sisters, Savathun and Xivu Arath. Probably more so Xivu Arath, as she's really the only one here with anything to lose. But there's something else out there. With Oryx's Taken throne having sat vacant for so many years, as we've never had any desire to occupy the throne for ourselves, something in the Ascendant realm has been vying for control over the Taken. With Sloane's assistance, we've started to vaguely learn more about this potential new threat and its intentions. They've hinted at it briefly a couple of times in the first act, with the main clue being a bizarre vision accompanied by terrifying screams when torn between dimensions. But the vision doesn't last very long, and it's only enough to make you say, "What the fuck was that all about?" I imagine Aerys imprisoning the Echo of Navigation will ultimately backfire. With absolutely no one left to guide the Taken, it would be the perfect opportunity for this unknown horror to swoop in and assume control. Honestly, I'm digging this whole thing. They have this Lovecraftian horror thing going on that really meshes well with the current storyline. Act 2 also introduced the Court of Blades, a roguelite boss rush activity where you face a series of difficult encounters back to back, earning unique modifiers and boons with each run. It's basically a condensed version of the Nether from Act 1, and that's not a bad thing. Many of the game's most pressing bugs have been resolved too, but Bungie's constant focus on weapon balancing still annoys me. So, I've talked about being ready for this House of Bungie to burn the fuck down a couple of times already, and I still am. But I'm starting to think maybe all this was done on purpose. Maybe after all the company shakeups and layoffs this past year, the developers needed Destiny to fail. Or at least fail in such a way where they had an excuse to move the game away from the stupid episodic content that was likely put in place by bad management. But at the same time, they had to carefully maintain player balance and retention or else risk being sunk entirely. Well, the next act is the last of the episodic content before they change up the seasonal structure entirely. I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
I am Heresiarch. Here, I am Jailer. For my throne will be Oryx's prison.
Next, we have Helldivers 2, The Borderline Justice Warbond by Arrowhead Studios. Are you ready to spread some managed democracy cowboy style? A new warbond drop for Helldivers, let them bots, bugs, and squid alike know that this galaxy ain't big enough for the two of them. Or 4 of them. I've personally tried out the new Talon, and it quickly made its way up to my number 2 favorite secondary weapon, beating out the Senator. Its high rate of fire, accuracy, and medium armor penetration make it an exceptional secondary, especially so against bots. Why did it only reach the number 2 spot? Because, come on, it's kinda hard to beat the Ultimatum. I've also played around with the new lever-action rifle, Deadeye. It's super satisfying to fire, but the advertised medium armor penetration doesn't seem right. Too many medium armor enemies that would normally only take 2-3 body shots to take down require at least 1 to 2 more. The impact of each round feels higher than average, so the bigger enemies stagger and flinch more often, so take the good with the bad, I guess. It's super accurate when aiming down sights, but hip firing felt bizarre to me. Couple all that with having to reload rounds individually, as it's obviously not mag-fed, I don't think it's much of a feasible primary weapon, at least not for me unless they adjust 1 or 2 things. Like maybe ever so slightly increase its damage and we'll talk. Until then, I'll stick with my Plasma Scorcher. It's all awesome content so far, and there's still other things I have yet to unlock and get my hands on. So it's time to saddle up and get to dropping, Helldiver! Woo! Next we have Assassin's Creed Shadows by Ubisoft. I want to add a quick blurb about this game as it's realistically the biggest launch title this month. I'm a big fan of the Assassin's Creed series, except for Unity, but unfortunately I haven't had the opportunity to play this yet. Even if I did, I likely wouldn't have had enough time to review it anyways, because these games are usually very time consuming due to their sheer size. Current reviews are showing it as very good and highlight the strengths of having two different main characters with completely different fighting styles to play around with. Have you played it yet? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Or join our Discord and let us know what you think there. And maybe yell at Lonely Brent for a while. Trust me, you'd be doing him a favor. Also, if you see any complaints from people elsewhere online regarding one of the main characters, Yasuke, the late 16th century East African slave turned samurai, just ignore them. Those same people never made a peep when fucking Tom Cruise became a samurai. And I wager there's a very good chance they hate characters like Miles Morales too. So, just be aware of the type of people commenting out there.
Be an extension of your spirit. Remember, justice is forged in the shadows.
The value of the by Chi Jujubed or the I was doing so good. Or at least a dog girl. I'll probably buy it. God damn, I am fucking up. By Fuck, I do so good until the end. One of those is probably good.